Anche Mickey questo cagnolo. No, non è. Dov'è?
Alright, let me introduce to you Kate Walsh.
Plastic.
I know,
It's like my grandmother's house.
Okay, I think the first question is right here, and I'm going to second one.
Hi Kate.
Hi, how are you?
Donald from Ireland. You describe yourself as Irish, Italian, Catholic. So what part is Irish, what part is Italian, and what part is Catholic?
Oh, wow. Well, in truth, my father was born in Ireland, and so I don't know. I mean, I don't have anything witty to say. But no, so yeah, my family, his family's from there in Navan, and my mother's Italian-American. And I'd say once you're Catholic, you're always sort of a little bit Catholic, even if you're not really Catholic, right? I mean, it's always sort of
Does that influence your acting in any way? How you act or how you...
I still say Hail Marys when I'm in a pinch, so yeah, I think so. There's always the shame and the guilt and that kind of stuff, self-loathing. No, I'm kidding, a little bit, but not a lot of, I'm a little bit kidding.
All right, right here.
Hi, Kate.
Hi.
The love life of Addison was really complicated in season 2. So do you know how it will evolve in season 3?
I have no idea because, of course, we don't know anything until we get the scripts, and we don't start back shooting again until the end of July, and it was sort of a cliffhanger at the end of season 2 with Dr. Noah. But so I have no idea. I think there's a lot of people that are clamoring for Addison to be happy for once in her second life. But I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen. We'll see.
Okay, right here.
Italian Rai Television, Santiago Costantino, and like publicist and a journalist for female magazine Dignità. The question is, you have a special energy on screen and in private life, on live. So, which is the secret? Your private secret and 3 adjectives to describe yourself in private life.
My secret of what?
For your special energy.
Oh, my special energy?
Yes.
Well,
the
you
secret of your
know,
success.
it's so interesting that you asked me that. I'd love to talk about this. No, I have no secret. I don't know. Maybe I'm very lucky, but I have a really great life. I have a great family, great friends. I think that it's important, no matter what you do, whatever line of work, that you keep filled up in some way. You know, our show, we work crazy hours. We're there 16 hours, a day. So luckily, I have a really great cast. We feed off of each other. We have a great cast, great crew, great writers. So I love going to work. I'm very lucky. And then when I'm not working, I have great family and friends, and I have 2 dogs, 2 cats. They help a lot. They're unconditional love, so that's good.
And 3 adjectives.
3 adjectives.
3 adjectives.
To describe yourself, yeah.
I know, these things, it's funny because it's not like I sit home going, what would I say about me? But I don't know. I mean, I think that maybe self-deprecating humor, and I guess maybe a little bit, it's embarrassing. Courageous, I don't know. One more?
No, why courageous?
Why courageous? No, I just keep doing stuff. I've always done things that are sort of scary, and I keep doing it. That's what I like about Addison. I think she's sort of courageous too. And then the third one is, I don't know, maybe clumsy. I am. I'm tall. Sometimes that doesn't work out. Things, whatever.
Okay, you see another question here.
Hi, I'm Tero from Finland, and you don't work out, please. Harry McBeal used to make lawyers sexy.
Wait, say that again.
Harry McBeal TV series made lawyers look sexy.
Yeah.
Grey's Anatomy or ER never make doctors look so sexy, but private practice did. So what's with that?
Sexy?
Yeah.
Well, I think that, look at our cast. They're pretty hot. Tay Diggs, Tim, Amy, all of them. They're really pretty sexy people. And then, of course, Shonda I think she writes her characters are all very sexy. I think that in Grey's Anatomy and in Private Practice, they're all, because they're flawed and sort of fallible and yet constantly trying and persevering and also pretty good looking, let's be honest, it makes them sexy. For me, that vulnerability and the fallibility are what makes people sexy. I mean, you know, I was just thinking particularly of that new doctor, Kevin McKidd on Grey's. It's ridiculous. He's a broken, sexy mofo. I don't want to start. He is. You're like, oh, awesome. You're like a broken soldier. Oh, you know? So, you know, there's always like, you know, the cop, the wounded cop, whatever the guy I was dating in the season, and then there's always that I think that makes fallibility, makes people sexy.
But there's legs and cleavage all the time at practice.
I know, that's true. Katie Strickland, I mean, she's like one hot bizzle. Yeah, I know. I don't know what to say about that, but I tell you what, it's fun. It's not a bad way to make a living, let's be honest.
Okay, ready.
Good afternoon, John from Scotland, and I'd just like to tell you that Kevin McKidd's mum will be very excited that you're describing as sexy. Not many people from Elgin are sexy. You once described your stint with modelling as a joke. I wonder why, given the fact that you're clearly a very beautiful woman with kind of classic Celtic rose complexion, hair, therefore you would have thought you were an ideal candidate for modelling work. So why was it a joke? What went wrong?
Well, that brings us back to the adjective of clumsy. It just wasn't right for me. You know, it wasn't. I went to Japan to teach English. This was many years ago, 20 years ago about, and I had a friend there who was like, you know, so-and-so is a modeling agent, and you should model. And at the time, I was just purely greedy. I was a college student and broke, and I wanted to make as much money as I could. So I said yes, and but I wasn't right. I mean, you have to be emaciated, and also I was too tall. Oddly, they wanted girls that were like, you know, 5'5", 5'6". So I felt like, you know, in Sesame Street, one of these things is not like the other, or like in a cartoon where you're in a car that we have to cut the roof out and like so my head would pop out. Like I was a little too big for Japan, and the clothes too. So everything was a little ill-fitting, and it was just sort of like one of Cinderella's sisters, and it just nothing really quite fit right. But I still did it because they were paying me, and like I said, if nothing else, I'm very greedy. No, I'm not. But,
Okay, who's got the mic? Right back there, someone.
Hi, I'm Josip Vucic from Croatian Magazine in Bolivia. I wanted to ask you, do you have power to change the script? And have you ever used it to say, no, I don't want you to do this scene, I want my character to do something else?
That's a great question. Shonda Rhimes, of course, runs both shows. She's pretty fastidious about her writing, and she's also very open to notes and collaborative to an extent. So if I have issues with some scenes or lines or a question about character, she's absolutely available. And really, luckily for me, 7 times out of 10, if I have an issue, she'll take the note. But honestly, she decides where the characters are going to go. I don't, you know, sometimes we go in and pitch, but she has a great kind of unlimited imagination, and as the writer and creator of the show, I sort of, you know, abdicate to her and let her do her thing and see where it's. I mean, literally, I just had a meeting with the writers a week ago to talk about next season, and I was like, well, listen, best of luck. I'm here. I mean, I had nothing to say except, you know, for me, I always want to bring some humor.